Gather, veterans. It's time to join the fight. The long war begins.
This is The Long War. I'm Rob Bear, and joining me once again are my partners in crime, Kenny Boucher and Wyatt Turk. What's up, guys?
Yo, dog, great to be here.
Yo, what's up?
Kenny, you like what I'm wearing?
Yep. Rob's wearing an at least half a tracksuit because he's still not wearing pants.
No one wears pants on the show.
I do.
Well, that was your first mistake.
I'm lying. I'm wearing shorts with no underwear.
Ugh, I don't even think I own shorts.
Oof.
Yeah. I've seen your
You gotta
legs.
wear undies, dude. Undies are good for you.
Oh, yeah. It's all about layers.
I just don't like doing laundry. So I just wear this pair of shorts all week and then I put it.
It reminds me, I saw this this video of like the younger generation. It's like, for $1 million, can you complete this challenge?
Yeah, I saw that.
Taking your laundry out and immediately folding it and putting it away. And he's like, "Oh no, can I just leave it in the dryer?
Can I do it later?
Yeah, can I do it later?" Like, nope, you have to complete it in the next 20 minutes. And he's like, "God."
Facts.
Fresh pair.
Yep.
I
Laundry.
don't know, man.
The bane of my existence. The never-ending story of adulthood.
I just leave all my shit in the dryer, dude.
That's the smartest thing to do. It's honestly
Yeah. When it's
efficient as
dirty,
hell.
I put it in a hamper, and then by the time that's out, the hamper is full. I put that in the washing machine, take that into the dryer. Circle of life.
Who's that one chick that, like, she has that whole way to, like, full clothes? Does it spark joy? She, like, you roll
Marie
them.
Kondo?
Yeah. So you roll your stuff, and it fits. You can fit it better in your drawers.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like that's what we used to do when I was in the army. You have like Ranger roll your shit, so it takes up way less space. But like,
Yeah. Don't you do that?
No, I just
No.
leave it. He's leaving it in the
I
dryer.
told you, I like when I need a fresh shirt, I just pull a fresh one out of the dryer.
It lives in the
It's dirty,
dryer. He
in the
doesn't
hamper.
own drawers. It's
Hamper to the wash machine.
He doesn't have a
Wash it
drawer.
through the dryer.
Doesn't own a hanger. It's all in the dryer. It's super efficient.
I mean, I guess it'll always. Yeah. I mean,
It's always
it'll
in
always
its
be
circle of
fresh.
life, like you said. It's
Yeah,
like
all my like adult clothes are on hangers in a closet, and I only wear those for like weddings and funerals.
yeah, facts. So, what was that? Cali Cup all weekend. Put
That
up
was
some
fun.
reels. Yeah, it was fun. It was nice to be in San Diego, back in California for the weekend. I got to hang out with Demeki, and many others. You may have seen Demeki's famous tracksuit in my reels on Instagram. It was great. It was great time out there. I was hanging out with J15, running that stream, doing a little
Yeah,
commentating.
Anthony did such a great job. Tyler was helping out.
No, Tyler did it. Tyler was great.
Tyler was like MVP, to be honest.
Yeah, he was killing it. There's a guy named what's his name? Chance? Is that a guy's name?
Chase
Chase. Thank you.
got a couple of chases.
It's a guy named Chase who wears a Venom shirt, and he was running the barbecue, the grill.
Yeah, we had Double Z on the bar, being our bartender.
Fucking, this guy brought me a couple Monster Energies throughout the weekend. He was the real MVP of my heart. Keeping it gangster. But no, it was fucking dope, and I got to I stared at 9 games of Warhammer 40K being played in a row with the players being mic'd. I just downloaded. How many hours is that? It's like 20 hours of just staring at high level play.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
So I've downloaded everything I need now. My conclusion is that World Leaders are the best army in 40K, and that's all I
Forever?
care. That's all I care about now.
Okay.
My show is World Eaters now, like on Twitch. All I do is paint World Eaters paint jobs. That's why I'm painting
What?
Magnus right now. Because Magnus is secretly the most jacked man with red skin in Warhammer 40k. So he is.
I think Ingron takes offense to that.
I mean,
Yeah. But he's all crouching. It's hard to tell.
yeah. Well, let's see who wins an arm wrestling competition. Look at the bicep girth of fucking Magnus.
Mm-hmm.
It's all fake though. He's projecting. He's not actually that.
No, he was born that way. He's just born jacked. And you notice how jacked his right arm is compared to his left arm?
Oh man.
You know what I'm saying?
Doing some warp ritual Dutch letters.
He's doing some special warp rituals.
Is he the supplier of the 41st Millennium OTPH?
Yes, he is the master of it. So we'll talk a little bit about that. About World Eater victory at Cali Cup, which is pretty dope because the top 8 was stacked with tons of competitive Soul Cal players and more. So that was really insightful, enlightening to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Simultaneously, there's some stuff in regards to the holiday boxes, right, Rob?
Yeah, there's some stuff. You could say that.
I've seen people pretty excited about it. And
Stores aren't excited.
no,
But people are.
people are.
People are.
People are.
They're always excited.
I'm excited.
I'm excited too.
I want that World Eater box.
It's a good box.
Yeah, it's hard to find 8-pound right now. Well, I guess they're back in stock, but they haven't been for a while.
It's true.
I think I have like 2 boxes of them that I bought when they released. Still haven't gotten to them.
Yeah.
That was about the only time to get them.
Yep. They're 3D printing. That's the name of the game, son. So let's oh yeah, and our last episode, we weren't live last week, right? We just dropped the audio format
Oh yeah,
with our interview with Thomas Berg. So
for the ATC.
Yep. 8TC. I love that name.
8TC.
The NTL.
Yep. So let's kick it over to Wyatt for a legendary Would You Rather.
Would you rather have the world's largest ears or the world's largest nose?
Are we talking like largest for people?
What is that?
For people.
Yeah,
so
find
like
that.
your ears or your nose would morph to exceed the current world record.
Okay, so figure out the world record for me, Rob.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Because that's definitely going to be important.
Huh. 13.38 inches each.
So that's
What, from like top to bottom?
Ears?
What is the measurement? I mean, they look big. Hold on. What's the width on that?
Yeah.
13.
Oh no, that's not. All right, I need to specify people. Come on, get the fuck out of here.
Let's see, Guinness World Records, human body section. Ooh, this is taking forever to load. Their website must be bad.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of clickbait in here to try to find anything.
You got spiky
Longest
bits?
nose on a living person. Is it like, it won't even tell me.
Dude,
I'm thinking ears.
Do you have to like, wait. You have to like subscribe. Oh man, this is lame.
so apparently the nose was 3.46 inches, like out, like Pinocchio style.
Oh, okay. So we got like J15 measuring. So you're talking like from the face?
Look to the side. Yeah, that's
That's
jacked.
like 3 inches even.
Bro, that's gangster.
3.46.
That's gangster.
So another half an inch for that. I mean,
Yeah.
it looks. There's a picture of it. I mean, it's.
He's got a real schnoz.
It's noticeable.
Is it dope?
I mean, it takes up a lot of the face.
Facebook me that. Screenshot that.
I'm sending it over.
I'm looking at because now I'm kind of in on this. Like I'm thinking
Huge nose.
I'm thinking nose. Oh my fucking god,
It's got the metal and everything.
bro!
Oh, that is a big old nose.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
So your nose is like slightly bigger than this guy's nose.
Sheesh.
Oh yeah, because it's 3.4. It's like 3.5 inches. Holy fuck. 3.46.
It's bigger. Yeah, it's bigger than that. So.
Yeah, I'm thinking nose. I like this. I like the cut of this man's jib.
The largest tongue apparently is 3.97 inches.
That ain't shit. It's all about the nose.
Man.
It's hard to find a straight answer on this because, like, if you can't get the Guinness book on there because you have to fucking pay for it, I guess.
Yeah, it's lame. It's
It
bad.
seems like a lot of these records are like for like they're only measuring for like what do you call those things? The circles that people put in their earlobes.
Gauges.
Oh, gauges?
Gauges. Like it's for like the world's largest gauges instead of like actual like big old ears. Let's just say for the hypothetical of this, you would have like Ferengi like ears.
I mean, both of those features are going to get you noticed. It's like, well, which one do you want noticed, right? Or which one would help you throughout life and be a benefit rather than a detraction? I feel like depending on what you were into, both would be good because in theory you would hear better or smell
I think
better.
the bigger nose is more OP though.
I feel like the bigger nose, you could hearing, man, because hearing, you could hear something like across the room. You could listen to everybody's conversations, maybe.
No, I just mean as a gag. It's a bit. I think the nose is more
No.
OP.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I pick nose.
You do nose?
It's hilarious.
See, I don't really care.
Either
about
way, I'm going to be
sounds.
known for being hilarious. I'm going to be known for being hilarious either way. So, like, I'm going, like, I want center face, like, bow. Focal point right here. There ain't no covering this up. You know what I'm saying? And think about how awesome it is, like, if you're wearing, like, a mask. Like, and then, like, you keep lowering your mask and the nose is still there. You keep going and it's
People are
still
like,
there.
what the hell?
What was
I don't
that?
know.
Who's that? That movie with Alec Baldwin, The Shadow,
Oh, yeah.
where he transforms. And he's got that preposterous nose that sticks out over his little scarf mask.
Yep.
So what are you doing, Rob? Nose or ears?
I think I go with ears just
Ears?
because you get to that intel,
Fair enough.
I think that's the way to go. I think it's got more benefits.
Yeah, we're assuming that it confers and enhancements. No fucks given.
So a buddy of mine was talking recently about his new girlfriend, and he's like, yeah, she's just too nice. Like I get home from work and she's like super nice. She's whatever, like done some stuff around the house after she got off work, and
So he wants to be like nagged at and whipped.
no, he's like I want to come home from work And I want to be like wondering if something's ready to ambush me and shit. And I was like, oh, I got the perfect solution for you, bro. And he's like, what's that? I was like, get a fucking chimpanzee as a pet.
Yeah.
Is your friend a psychopath? Did he escape from a mental institute recently?
Yeah.
We all got problems,
That's what
man.
it sounds like.
So it all depends on how we're raised, right?
I mean, like, yeah, a big solution is, since you're saying chimpanzee, go with the chicken that you have to fight every time you fucking
Or that too, yeah.
just change it to every time you walk in your house.
I mean, I feel like if you have a chimpanzee as a pet, you just never really know. And that bitch will overpower you or try.
Yeah. I'm training for my annual chimpanzee sword fight right now.
It always comes around when you least expect it.
Yeah, I was fucking with the chickens outside earlier today, and I was like, man, chickens ain't shit. Like, yeah, theoretically they're vicious. They're dumb.
You chickens are stupid. Stupid chickens.
Like, I kind of just looked at the chicken too, like, and it was like, like it fluttered and threw a fit. I was like, man, I was afraid of you once. I was worried about you. Fighting you to get in my car. Chickens. My mom caught me messing with the chickens.
She get mad at you?
She was like, "Are you messing with the chickens?" I was like, "No." She's like, "All right, leave him alone." Brittany gets panicky because she thinks she's in charge. That's one of the chickens' names is Brittany.
Obviously. Has she named one Taylor yet?
No.
She should.
Yeah. All right. Big nose, big ears. Got it. Nailed it.
That was a good one.
Which makes sense. I think I have a bigger nose than you, and you have bigger ears than me innately. So did we just like fall into our natural genetics?
It's become more exaggerated.
Yeah.
Apparently my cat's not coming back, so you get to stare at me
I was staring at you the whole time.
from up here. I'm up here, Kenny.
What type of tracksuit is that?
What?
So what type of tracksuit is that?
I guess I think it's Adidas.
Did you get like the Walmart brand?
Yeah, it looks like the Walmart brand.
Wow, it is not the Walmart brand.
Did you buy it at Walmart though?
I don't know, dude. I've had this thing for like 30 years. I don't know where I got it.
Damn hoarder mentality right there. You kept a tracksuit for 30 years.
It still fits me.
And this is the first time I've seen you wear it. You haven't worn it in 30 years, Rob. That is
I have.
hoarder AF.
Kiki.
All right.
If I was a hoarder, I wouldn't throw this.
If I was a hoarder,
out.
I would throw away this box of bits and sprues that are nonsense that I've had in my closet for 16 years.
No, you make money off those.
Guarantee you have a sprue of nonsense somewhere in your table right now.
Mm-mm.
He's like, it's none of
Looks
it's not.
right at it.
Yeah, looked right at it.
Nope.
All right, Rob, do some news.
I got bags of nonsense, but I don't have any sprues right now. Oh, there she is. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but my cat likes to talk in all caps. News. All right. Yeah, we got some news. Let's see. So Games Workshop decided to put their battle forces, the old Christmas battle forces, on pre-order already. Normally they go on pre-order Black Friday weekend for delivery, usually the week after in December, sometimes the second week of December. So we are about a month early on those this year.
That makes sense. I've seen people putting Christmas decorations up already, so.
Yeah, Thanksgiving is a little sad that everybody likes to skip the old Thanksgiving, but here we are.
I'm down to skip Thanksgiving, honestly.
Dude, where else are you supposed to get the good foods, the good eats? You got to get the good eats.
I don't eat anything good. I eat fucking microwave burritos and shit. So
Why?
that's what I would gladly eat those on Thanksgiving if it meant I don't have to deal with any other dumb holiday stress.
Hey, any Thanksgiving with family is a good Thanksgiving.
Fine.
Prove me wrong.
Fine. You win.
And you get some good eats. Ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. Well, speaking of holidays, let's talk about the battle forces a little bit more. So this year we've only got 10. We got 4 AOS, 6 40K ones. The 40K are 230. The AOS are 220. Each one has roughly about $100, anywhere from 95 to 115 in value. I think overall the best value one is actually the Ossiarch Bone Reapers for Sigmar. I think you get something stupid like $150 in value in that one. But obviously it's not for everybody. But that being said, Games Workshop does what Games Workshop does. They gave stores 2 days to get their want numbers in. And then they informed them the next day that basically they are going to give them 75% of what they asked for. And the money's due 2 days after they can put the stuff on pre-order. So, yeah, a lot of stores are poorly positioned for this because not only were they forced to make an order in a blind environment, but now they are going to be forced to pay for said order within 2 days and tie that money up for 2 weeks. Kenny, do you like tying up thousands of dollars for 2 weeks for no reason?
No, we talked about this though.
Does anybody listening like to tie up thousands of dollars for no reason?
Is this new information? Or you brought this up already?
What do you mean?
This is what we talked about this.
No.
We talked about the pre-orders. We talked about stores having like $10,000 tied up on their credit card.
No, this is different. Normally they would have more time. They literally have. They can pre-order the stuff on a Saturday.
But you registered this complaint already. I'm just reminding you that this topic has been discussed.
Okay, that's fair.
That's all. I'm just doing my job.
But they changed the parameters. You see what I'm saying here, right?
Yeah, we were very disappointed about it. Like we had a whole conversation about it last week.
All right, well, it's even worse. So there we go.
So what's the update? Is it sooner or did they go on pre-order even sooner than you predicted? Was that the change, the update?
No, I said if they went on pre-order a week ago, that would be a tell. They went on pre-order roughly a week or two early instead of 2 to 3 weeks early.
2-3. Okay, so it's not as bad as you thought. Like, right? Like that's what you're saying. Like,
but
right.
I mean,
functionally, right? If it was earlier, if it was your worst case prediction, that's worse, right? For stores.
So I think it's still a tell that Games Workshop is not doing well because this money will still go in
absolutely.
on this.
The earlier you push it, the more. I mean, yes, absolutely, that's facts.
But here's the thing. I, as a company, come to you and I say, hey, look, I need your numbers within 2 days. And stores are like, okay, fine. Maybe I can make this work. I want this many. And they're like, not only do you not get that many, but you have 2 days from when you can take people's money to when you have to get that money. Okay, all right, hold on. Maybe I'm not making myself clear here. Do you guys understand how credit cards work? Like as a store, if you take people's money, it takes 2 to 3 days to get that money in your account. So say you take money on Saturday, you will get that money in your account on Tuesday. You have to pay for the shit on Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it puts that hold on your credit card.
You literally have to pay for it before you get the money from the credit card people, the credit card processing.
Yes,
so
it's fucked up.
If you're, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, you broke this down for us. I'm just trying to figure out what the new intel is.
Kenny, this is all new intel. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You explained to us how the credit card freeze works last time, and it was new information.
Stores have had more than 2 days to pay for their shit.
Yes. And we all here in this podcast were like, this is scandalous.
No, Kenny, this is brand new information. This is the very first time they have forced people to pay within a period that is quicker than them getting the settlement.
Oh, that's the part that's updated. Oh.
You literally cannot get the money fast enough to get it to GW. So what I'm saying is not every store out there is perhaps the most financially responsible.
I see now.
So now they're locked in to being forced to buy whatever they said, and they might not even be able to take in the money to give it to GW. Now, granted, some of that might be their fault. Some of that might be GW's fault. But ideally, as a business, you want to have backup money so you can buy things like this and not be like, stressing out over it. But the fact that this was all done with like behind the curtain and you didn't know any of these things were happening. You're like, I got to get my numbers in. I got to get my numbers in. Oh, I'm not getting as many as I want. Oh, shit. I have to pay this money before my credit card. The settlement comes from all the money I collected from customers.
Yep, I get it now. No, this makes sense.
What a fucking wild ride.
No,
man.
that is wild. No, that tracks. Like this actually, I did not comprehend what you were saying, but now it makes more sense.
So that for a lot of stores could be a problem.
That is a problem. There's a problem if that's like, I mean, based on how you transact, what percentage of your sales come from where, what your current liquid coffers look like. Certain stores will be hurt by this. Absolutely.
I mean, is it the end of the world? I don't know. But
the end of the world is gonna be a lot of little things adding together.
Yes, I think like we said last week, if you're a game store owner and you're positioned well where you can get out after the holidays, I think it would be in your best interest to do such, to be quite honest. Or if you're willing to be in it for the long haul and pivot to perhaps a pay-to-play model or something like that, I think you might definitely want to look at that because it is becoming more and more difficult as companies try to go more and more direct. And this past couple of days of events from Games Workshop has, depending on how you look at it, maybe the writing's on the wall for sure. But either way, the stuff is coming out and you will be able to get it maybe from your game store, maybe not, but if you can pay in cash, that probably will help them out a lot. But overall, there's not going to be as many from local game stores out there, unfortunately. So you may have to do what you have to do to get yours. Also this week, Joy Toy showed us the first Horus Heresy action figure. It's Rogel Dorn. Looks very similar to the Forge-rolled figure.
Yep.
Pretty fresh looking, I feel like.
Is it the tank?
No. The Primarch.
The Primarch. For Imperial Fist.
Is he the hammer guy?
No.
Who uses the hammer?
Vulcan.
A couple of them have hammers. But no, not specifically.
What's his weapon of choice? Sword?
Big ass chainsword.
Big ass chainsword, yeah. What is it? A Teeth of Terror or something? Teeth of Terror. Anyways, yeah. So that one looked fresh. Also more involved for Sisters, Desolators, and a Blade Guard Ancient are actually all on pre-order right now from your favorite local Joy Toy location. So check those out. I heard that the Dread Knight has been delayed to maybe as late as December, unfortunately. Boo. But definitely looking forward.
Why are they delayed? That sucks. I want that thing.
Yeah? You going to put it next to Galactus?
Yeah. I'm going to finally throw Galactus in the trash. Because now I will have made a financially wise purchase.
Oh, yeah. 100%. That Galactus is probably worth a lot of money now.
Fuck that thing. Well, When I finally learn my lesson, he will go in a garbage can.
You're gonna get buried with that Galactus, dude.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
I feel like at this point,
My greatest shame.
hey, we all have one. What else we got? Okay, so there is a preview next Friday at 10 p.m. Eastern for Games Workshop, of course. Looks like they're headlining. They said there's a whole bunch of different games, but the only thing we know for sure is there's probably going to be some Flesh Eater Court stuff showed off for Age of Sigmar. Cherokee Open tickets went on sale. I think they're at 50% sold out, and they added a MCP event too. So if you haven't been to Cherokee Open, it's probably worth checking out. It's pretty chill, little up in the mountains.
Yeah, cool venue.
Yeah, it's if you like casinos, it's probably one of the better ones on the East Coast, I suppose. Besides,
It doesn't really feel like a casino though, because where they have the event, it's in like a separate tower where all the
it's in a whole
spaces.
separate like side. Their whole convention center side.
Yeah, there's a Flavor Town. That's it.
Yeah, that's true. I haven't looked to see what's there now. Wasn't Gordon Ramsay opening something?
I don't know, but like that was the only place to eat unless you wanted to walk all the way over to the casino proper. And so we ate at Flavor Town for like 3 nights in a row.
Which is it good?
Hey,
It was.
good.
It was a meme by that point.
it was. What else we got? So preview Cherokee Open tickets. Oh, the Army Painter Wet Palette XXL is on pre-order right now. I think it's coming out December 9th in Europe and the UK. It'll take a little bit longer to get out here in the States. It looks like it's going to be priced pretty reasonably compared to some of the other ones out there, and also compared to the older or the original smaller one, which they may reduce the price on that too. I haven't quite heard yet. So I'm not, because I was like, hey, you guys are saying this isn't much more than the original. I feel like, you show me the small soda, the medium soda, and the large soda. I'm going to go for the large soda here. Like, is that on purpose? And they're like, we're working on it. I was like, okay. So keep an eye out for that. I did get one in the mail. It is pretty ginormous. I can show it on screen here. I think I'm allowed to show this, but I haven't quite opened the box yet. But as you can see, the old one is basically half the size of the new one, just based on the box size.
Too big.
It could be too big. I don't know.
My whole space is just to the left of my keyboard. Like I said, man, I can't fit this.
So what I do like about this, and somebody mentioned this in some of the comments on the Army Painter stuff, is that it's got this insert with the speed paint for these cups sort of
See,
things
I like
for
those.
the speed paint.
Those are fucking sick.
So apparently you can just kind of, if you don't put other acrylic in here into these cups and then, try to remove it, and then, you always got residual in there. Apparently the speed paint just peels out of it with your finger. I've seen some Instagram video of that. So I'm excited to try that one out because I'm all about some speed
I like
paint
peeling
these
paint
days.
off of things.
Everybody likes watching that.
Yeah. I'd watch you do that, Rob. Make sure that you tag me in your reel.
A lot of people used to watch me peel the paint off things.
Oh, I know. I was your number one subscriber, Doug.
That's a different subscription. That's my only pause. My only peels.
Only peels.
Yeah.
We should do that, like a blackhead peel.
Ugh. Those are the worst. Have you watched those?
I'd watch you do it.
I don't have any.
That's half the fun.
That doesn't even work. Anyways, that's all the news I got. Although I am ready to chime in on some Army List stuff.
BaronofDice.com, the official dice sponsor of the Long War podcast. Use promo code LongWar5 for 5% off. If you're looking for a superior dice manufacturer, then look no further than Baron of Dice. Custom artwork, faction representation, and crisp razor edge squared dice. Remember to use promo code LONGWAR5. Again, that's baronofdice.com, the official dice sponsor of this podcast.
For the best game aids and peripheral tools for wargaming, check out our friend J15games.com. From wound counters and dials to faction rule trackers, these are the coolest tools out there. Designed to be functional and intuitive, these tools help you stay organized and speed up your game. Their flagship product, the Nesting, Movement, and Combat tool, is absolutely amazing. A magnetized measuring widget that splits into 3 different size tools for every situation. And you can get it in 8 different colors. J15 also offers custom ordered dice trays made from hardwood and leather. Check them out at j15games.com. That's j15games.com.
Because I'm super stoked by how the cool big events this weekend.
So, Cali Cup results are in. World Eaters went 9-0. Undefeated.
Took some skulls.
And I was there and watched every game except 2.
It's like it was your job.
Yeah. So I did some interviews. I was commentating. I was staring at the screen. I was listening to the thought process of the players as they were playing. I had a co-host, Natalie Hill. We conferred, we talked. So I did a lot of studying, man, like more in depth than normal for me. Like we were flipping through cards, looking at the codex, like referencing things, like just trying to, live our best 40K nerd life,
Mm-hmm.
Saw lots of Chaos Space Marines using some format or some configuration of Chosen and Rhinos, like that style.
Chosen are so good. They're better than Berserker.
Yeah.
It's not even fair.
It's interesting because I brought that up. Saw plenty of Eldar, not as much as you thought, as you think though. Saw some a theme, like some Dark Angels, sneaking their way into the Space Marine game.
They're objectively better.
Got to see some Tyranid action. Some demons twice. Michael Mann was demons. So, all that being said, I love what Anthony was doing with his World Eaters. And it is kind of eye-opening. I think anyone out there who's frustrated as a World Eaters fan, because I think we can all acknowledge that World Eater has a fanatical fan base.
I do.
Yes.
And they have been recently dealing with frustrations, right? Like when Ninth dropped and you were in the Codex and you didn't have advanced in charge, you were personally disappointed, right, Wyatt?
Yeah.
You were all in on the World Eaters lifestyle, Butcher's Nails and everything, but then you were like, but Red Corsairs is just Space Marines advanced in charge. That's all I want, dude. That's what I want to do. And other people echoed that. And then you got the World Eaters Codex, and it did stuff. It was cool. People were really happy with it. And we got the new Anground model. And then the edition reset. And then people were disappointed again.
Yeah.
Is this the history?
Well, we kind of have that now. Blessings of Corn is actually a pretty cool little rule thing. And as we saw with this stream, or all 9 of his games, if you're a person that's like, I think the Blessings of Corn thing is just too swingy, it doesn't work good. I'm like, you need to watch some of these games where Anthony was playing it, because with just a couple of things in his list that were modifying that Blessings of Corn rule, he was getting really consistent buffs off of that table in every single one of his games.
That's true. And if you actually pay attention to it, it's really not that hard to get at least one thing you want, but always know the other things you're looking for. Yeah. So favorites of him, he loved Feel No Pain when the time was right. Like he'd completely just not care about +2 to move or advance in charge or any of that shit. Like when the moments were right, he was all about, making sure that the Exalted 8-bound had 5 up Feel No Pain and etc. Like knowing when, and he would say, he's like, I don't really need this right now. What I need is this. Oh, I'll do sustain hits and this, so sustain hits and Feel No Pain were common. So it's learning what to do when is important. But like, it's interesting. Listen, the codex ceased to exist. Then the index replaced it, and people were disappointed. Were sad. It wasn't the same. They just got a codex, and it all changed. And it looked to be inferior in every way to Chaos Space Marines, DPS wise. We know that Berserkers don't stack against Chosen in a 1-to-1 point-to-point ratio. You know? But watching Anthony play it and how simple in its elegance the list is so successful. Like, I feel like if you're out there sitting on some, world eaters that you rage quit because all of this history lesson I just gave, it's time to jump back on the horse, man. Like, what you're looking at is it's simple, really. So like, if anyone's like listening to this on the drive to work, like, world eaters, man. My man, he only had one beefy squad of Exalted 8-bound, one 3-man squad of Exalted 8-bound, and one 3-man squad of just 8-bound. So the 8-bound, the regular 8-bound could scout on their own, right? And he would either deep strike the 3-man Exalted or just put him somewhere near Avocado or not. He told me in a off the books interview, he was like, I hardly ever give a shit about setting up the classical Lord Avocatus, makes them scout, then we +2 to move, advance and charge wombo combo. He's like, that shit's nonsense. I don't do it. And he's like, really, it's really about just having the big squad kind of threaten you with the idea of doing it, because obviously you have to respect it. You have to respect its capabilities, right?
Sports projection.
Yes. And so he runs 2 Rhinos, one with a 5-man Zerker squad, one with a 10-man Zerker squad. The 10-man Zerker squad rolls deep with the Master of Executions. And the 5-man Zerker squad rolls deep with the Man, the Myth, the Legend, Khan the Betrayer.
Yeah, I was going to bring that up. Like, I actually really like his list composition because it has all the stuff that you would want as a World Eaters player, right?
I thought of you the whole time, dude. It's got
Angron. It's got your boy Karn. It's got Khorne Berserkers. It's got a Jackals unit. And it's got the elites with the 8-bound. It's like the whole thing.
No, it really does.
2 Khorne Berserker units.
Yeah, a 5-man rolling deep with the Betrayer, a 10-man rolling deep with the Master of Executions, both in Rhino. Okay, he's got 1 squad of Jackals with the Icon. He's got a Lord on Juggernaut. That guy has the favor of Khorne. That is the reroll the blood blessings bullshit. And of course, you mentioned Angron. Okay, so it's a really simple list when you like conceptualize, like, there's a 6-man squad standing out here, a 3-man squad chilling in a cut, maybe 3-man squad in reserve to deep strike. These are the 8-bound, right? Lord Avocatus chilling somewhere center of mass. And then these Rhinos are just going to hide behind buildings, hopefully on the flanks, where the objective no man's land is. The Jackals are going to hide behind a wall. And also behind that same wall, chilling and hiding, is also going to be the Juggernaut Lord. Okay? Typically, he will deploy Angron, oftentimes against a shooting opponent, first drop on an extreme flank to kind of terrify them into taking the other side of the table.
Makes sense.
So
solid play.
I respect that. I used to do that when we're Terran a lot, especially when we were playing at Vegas teams that first year. And it forces the opponents to respect Angron's positioning and move to the other side. Okay? So then the opponent would meticulously set up his speed bump units, his infiltrators, his scout units to block the insane movement speed potential of said 8-bound, right? Because we know they can go 9, pre-game 6, +2 to their move, advance and charge. That's on the table. They will always ask Anthony, hey, what's that total distance? And he'll pull out a tape measure, blah, that far. And they're like, okay. And they start setting everything up. You know what I mean? And so at least they're only worried about that unit, not Angron. See, they've moved so far from Angron, he's out of the game for at least a turn, right? They set their little infiltrators up. Sometimes they put the infiltrators really close so that the scout move can't even happen, right? Because you can't scout within 9 inches. So they are going to box Anthony in so he can't do any of that. Okay, and Anthony, he's like, yeah, that's why I don't do it. That's when we talked a little bit. So I was like, oh, it makes sense. So what Anthony will do is he will use Lord Avocatus as his one shooting attack. He treats him like a bullet on almost every game. The first move is Avocados moves straight to the center, charges one of these infiltrating units that's boxing him in, kills it, and then kind of consolidates into the center ruin where the objective is. Doesn't hide him, doesn't try to get him behind a wall, nothing. He just puts him right there. And then the Exalted 8-bound move up behind the wall, hidden, very chill, just chilling right there, hiding. And then the two rhinos oftentimes don't move. They just stay where they are. That's the whole turn. Angron moves up a little bit sometimes if he can touch the objective. Usually he'll move up, advance, land on the center of no man's land objective all the way to the side of the table. And he's like, all right, your turn. And then the guy's like, okay. And then he moves some shit around and he shoots Lord Avocados and kills him. And then he sticks the objective with the corn stratagem to make the objective sticky. That's a pretty much no deploy, only targeted Gizm. And then Angron's way over there. Maybe he takes a few bullets in the chin. This is oftentimes why he takes Feudal Pain on turn 1. So now the opponent is looking at the table and he's like, okay, so my man's holding his backfield objective. Angron's holding that objective way over there. And nobody's standing on the middle objective, though he owns it. And you look at how many that is compared to how many you have, and you're like, oh, damn it. I kind of need to go do something about this because he can technically just stand here and just do whatever the fuck he wants. So now you have to start making plays. You have to start now you're thinking damn, this is a lot more dicey than I think. You're worried about Angron. You're worried about this 8-bound. So now you're just dealing with threats as they come. So I got to react to this 8-bound unit. I got to push in. I got to take this objective back. So the 8-bound are going to come out, slap down whatever you fucking put in the center. Okay, they're standing in this ruin. They got cover. They got things. They're going to have 5 up Feudal Pain, whatever it's going to take. You're going to have to devote some resources to it. Maybe take them out, maybe not. Without remembering half the time, or you do remember, that the rhinos are chilling behind these walls. And so they have a stratagem for auto 6 advance. Right? So you get out 3, you move 6, you move 6. Maybe you have +2 to your movement, so maybe you move maybe you move further, maybe another 2, and then you advance and charge. That's when he cares about the advance and charge. Is that second cycle. And then, so you basically have a rhino over here, and then he just does some pre-measuring, and then berserkers show up way the fuck over here. And he hits you, usually hits you with the 10-man squad with the Master Execution. He wants to go deep into your army at that point. And this is a suicide unit because of Blood Surge. So if you can use Blood Surge like Anthony does, I can now see the argument for their points compared to Chosen. But it does take, and he also told me, he's like, a lot of what I'm doing is exploiting my opponent's lack of familiarity with the assault phase and how it works now. And its movement characteristics and stuff. So he will get these 10-man berserkers with the Master Execution deep into your lines. He'll smash into some shit, kill some shit, use some really good consolidating, get into your shit. Okay, you're like, okay, cool, I can deal with this. You back out of the combat, so you start putting firepower into it. You lay into him, you start shooting. You kill 3 berserkers. You're like, okay, that's done. I'm going to shoot this squad. He's like, hold on, I'm going to Blood Surge. You killed some models. That unit killed some models. D6. I saw him stick a 5. Bop! Gets him into engagement range. Just moves them all out. Gets in engagement range 3 units. And you're like, I fucked up. And some of those might be some hardcore units, but guess what? Master Executions is fights first if he's joined to the squad. So the Master Execution goes, slaps some dudes down, they fucking beat some shit up. You have to do it, you have to back out of the combat and try to do it again. Meanwhile, you still haven't dealt with fucking Angron. So you start making some plays that work with Angron, and then the other fucking rhino that has goddamn fucking 5 berserkers in it and goddamn Card of Mature does the same goddamn thing. So it's that simple. Every game. That played out every game in some way, right? But it's all about the meticulous thought process in what you're doing with these berserkers, how they're positioned to charge and finish the charge. That's where the expertise is really being showcased. Okay, because he did that shit every time I saw him play, and the only person who challenged that, who finally derailed it, was Spathos. In the final game. Talk about that, Wyatt. What did you see in that game?
I mean, there was so much good technical play on both players' parts. And it was one of those things I was talking to Alex the night before because he was driving home We were talking in Discord, and he's had so much practice into armies like CSM with like the Chosen and how dealing with like scoring units and rhinos and like all that kind of shit. And it's somewhat similar to the World Eaters stuff. And he was aware of the vanilla matchup going into the top 8, right? And so like it was funny, we were actually talking like it was kind of this like unluckiness in the seeding for the top 8 because our guy Arthur and Alex got paired into the first match for the top 8, like how the seeding works, where like 1 plays 8, 2 plays 7, et cetera, et cetera. And so I was like, damn, one of our guys is going to get eliminated no matter what. And so he utilized his deployment very smart against Anthony, like kind of taking context from what Anthony was doing in previous matchups and what some of our other teammates had seen. And so like his terrain setup in the player place terrain step and his deployment were very smart. He was like, by your words, the only guy who did it right. Utilized his Reaper executioners really well. He utilized his Terminators really well into kind of stymieing a lot of what the melee units wanted to do on Anthony's side. And it was a real nail biter of a game. Like it was both players doing everything right. And when that happens, it's just so happens we play Warhammer that uses dice, and dice are random. And so if not for a few randomness occurrences, it would be Alex's game. But late in the game, there was bringing Angron back to life with a reroll on the Blessings of Corn roll, which is huge. And also there was like a lone Jackal that was just like hanging out, and there was a sticky objective that worked in Anthony's favor.
Lone Jackal also with the icon. That is another free reroll for the Blessings.
Well, isn't it you can manipulate one dice.
You can reroll a single dice.
Yeah, and then the enhancement is a
full reroll that is independent of other rerolls, so they can both be done. So
right. And the if you for every Berserker unit that's controlling an objective, you can reroll a die.
At that point, it was none. But so people have to realize the math on that. I saw a lot of people chat like, "Oh, that's so lucky." I was like, "That's 17 dice. Yeah. That's one shy of math. That is 3 6s. Like that's 17 chances to get 3 6s."
Is that Alex in the chat? He's like, I heard that guy Alex Giga Chat.
Oh, Alex S in chat.
Giga Chat.
Yeah. So to your point earlier, when we were talking about the Blessings of Corn roll, like that's the thing is like if you're just raw dogging the Blessings of Corn roll, like hoping for the best, like it's not that tight because you're relying entirely on the randomness of those 8 dice and hoping you get what you need for any situation. But if you build your list that caters to the abilities to manipulate that dice roll using your Berserkers and your Jackals, and I mean, like even a Lord of Skulls can manipulate it by killing
crazy?
Units.
I don't even know if I saw Anthony ever re-roll it except for Angron. I think
to get results.
Yeah, I think he mostly just rolled it, looked at it, and was like, "This will work." Like, because rather they don't like it was so wild. It's such a good set of rules. Like it's funny, like I said, because it really showcased how just like good gameplay mechanics, like some old school gameplay style, just worked. And I think it worked in this current meta right now in this snapshot. It worked. It felt unbeatable with all the puzzle pieces that we're all bringing in our armies right now. Mm-hmm. Like I asked a couple guys after we aired their interviews, like straight up, like, could you beat this? Like, under different circumstances, and a lot of people were like, all they could comment on was like the mistake they know they made, but like without certainty if it would actually do anything but enhance their chances, like hindsight's 2020. And like, I was complimenting Spectos on his player place terrain deployment technique, how he was able to remove a rhino hiding spot just by the way he placed terrain, and how he didn't fall for the bait, stacked up correct, and put Anthony in for the first time the whole event. I remember I watched this guy play like 20 hours. First time I ever saw him like not know what to do. Waffled for a second. Like, he absolutely, so he had him. And the moment he had him too was with that clutch Overwatch roll that spiked. I was like, he's got him. He's got him. When he took practically the entire, he took 9 out of 10 berserkers off. I was like, he got him. And then Anthony had to scramble to add to the plan. You can see that, like, it was.
Yeah, and then wasn't it like there was a play that Karn made that was really wildly out of statistics for Karn's math? Like he rolled like crazy hot.
Yep. It's like it came in. It's like what comes around, goes around, comes around, like kind of situation, right? Like he spiked the Overwatch and capitalized on it, and then the only retaliation Anthony had was to add to the plan, like to overcommit and go crazy, kind of put himself in a situation where he needed to return the spike. And like it made for an insane match because like I was certain that was it. Like I like that, like it was holy shit. Like, it was so exciting. It was like as clutch of a final game as possible. Like incredible.
Yeah, because I mean, like high level 40K is basically just like who's making the best decisions, who is capitalizing on their opponent's mistakes better, and just like playing the dice as they come out. Because if both players are making like all the right choices, right? Because like you could look at every turn of that game and maybe like critique a few plays here or there, but like for the majority, like the entirety of the game, you could easily say that both players made all the right decisions in piloting their armies and playing.
It is just dice at that point,
right? And that's the thing is like at the end of the day, we play Warhammer with 6-sided dice.
Like the only time dice matters is in a moment like this. Like it's like it's because for the rest of us hobos, it's like like this guy was always if this guy was always going to win. Didn't matter. You know what I mean? Like, but in their situation, they're all making the optimal plays, the optimal moves. They're thinking of all the things. Like but it really is like in this moment, I need to roll above math right now. In this moment, I need to not roll below statistics. Like they're putting themselves like on that razor's edge, right? Because they're both countering each other so well. It was awesome. It was an incredible time down in San Diego. The Cali Cup was incredible. XBZ, incredible hosts. You can watch these matchups. I encourage anyone to go over to their YouTube channel. Just type Xenos Petting Zoo on YouTube, and they've got all the stuff on their. If you click on videos, go to the live section. You can see all the coverage of the event. They don't really do a good job of sprucing up their YouTube homepage, and they're working on it. But I encourage you to go over there and help them get the views as they're building up their online presence for stream coverage. Incredible. So tail of the tape is World Eaters 9-0'd it in the SoCal meta, defeated many of the top players, piloting the top lists. So that is why my clickbait title for tonight, which is World Eaters are OP, must nerf. Now, Rob, you told us that there were some other exciting finishes this weekend, not just down in San Diego.
Yeah. So let me get back here. Well, of course, there was a few Eldar finishes. We had Tyranids won at the Midmo Maelstrom in Missouri.
Midmo, does that mean like mid-Missouri?
Yes. Dark Angels did well there, as just like in the Cali Cup.
Dark Angels did well in SoCal, Cali Cup in SoCal.
There was a Death Guard first place, so with the World Eaters second place in a 40-player event.
Okay.
Custodes got a third place finishing, and we saw Jakari actually get a first place finally.
Oh, wait, that is big news, actually. Yeah, you're right. Congrats to Jakari.
Yeah. They're actually doing pretty well. They've bounced.
Did you pull up that list?
Sure.
I was asking if you did or not because I had a question.
I have it. I don't.
Is it
I don't
like
know a whole lot about them.
Is it actually like Drukari, or is it like?
Oh yeah,
mix match of all the Eldari stuff.
It's definitely Jakari.
Yeah, because like Brad Chester's Dark Angels is barely Dark Angels.
Well, no, I mean, like that's a different sentiment because Space Marines is like weird.
Yeah, they're like that. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the problem right now with like faction listing for some stuff is like you can list yourself as Drukhari and have like one HQ and one battle line that's Drukhari, and then the entire rest of your list is like Corsairs and Harlequins and what's the other one? Inari, like all sorts of like mixed match stuff.
No, this list, it looks like it was all Dark Eldar.
Tight. Good for him.
So that's awesome.
That's cool to see.
Respect, son. Respect.
They actually, I think, had Chaos placed above in overall first, second, and third place finishes. Chaos beat out Eldar for the first time. Necrons actually had 3.
Necron's secretly OP.
Hey, can you like this?
They very much
you
could
like
be.
this UT name in Canada? It's called the Hog Towner.
Yes, perfect.
And Guard won that event, so good for them.
Fuck yeah.
Yep, Guard is doing well.
What a thick Hogsman.
What a thick Hogsman. Fuck yeah.
So yeah, I think.
So the trend of multiple faction representation is continuing for like now the third, fourth week in a row.
Yeah, I think things are still shaking out. Obviously, Eldar need a little bit more attention thrown their way.
Like, it's funny. Like I was playing against Drukhari last night, their boy Logan, and
Eldari or Drukhari.
So his list is like 85% Eldari and like 15% Harlequins. He's got like a Death Jester and who's the guy with who's the guy that can blitz?
Solitaire,
yeah, some other stuff. But yeah, it's just wild. So like even playing that game, every time I have to play against something like Eldari, it's like you're sweating bullets because you have to make the right decision every time. And even after I was able to win, I'm just like, dude, the disparity in how like these units are designed and the point cost they're at compared to like what Guard have is so it's like comical. It's like Kafka-esque dark comedy. The way that it's like you can have Fuegan for like, I think he's like 125 and all of them, he can like almost one shot a Rogaldorn battle tank for 125, and he has a 2-up armor save, and he has feel no pain, and he resurrects on a 2-up once per game. And then I'm over here with like Bojack Horseman, who gives 3 orders for like the same point cost, and like can't fight, can't shoot, does nothing. It's like it's so wild.
Classic. Yeah, no, it's in the chat. Some people coming in late asking about the clickbait title about the World Eaters being OP. And it's actually the joke I made all weekend where, stat check joke where I was like, Anthony over here single-handedly making it seem like World Eaters are good and the statistics because everyone else has not been having as much success with them, even though they've been, climbing the ranks. Tonight's show is about reminding every fanatical World Eater player out there, every fan of the Blood God, that there's a finesse to it. Into that destruction. So if you definitely go watch Anthony's games, maybe you'll be inspired to finally paint your 8-bound and get him back on the table.
Right. Yeah, like if you're into World Eaters, like definitely take a look at what Anthony's been doing and like the interviews he's been giving about how he's been playing them, because it's like World Eaters is definitely one of those factions where they may not have all of like the turbo dope rules that some of the other factions have, but they do have some really good units. It's just you have to figure out the sauce. Like you have to get the reps in. You have to figure out the strategy of what works. Like it's decision-making skills at that point. And then like we were talking about, it's just like if you were a World Eaters player and you just surface level looked at the Blessings of Khorne as your big rule and we're like, this is dog shit, then like I encourage you, go back and like think about it with, okay, well, if I have some Jackals and I have some Berserkers and I have this guy with this enhancement, like all of a sudden that Blessings of Khorne is like way more reliable for what you want to do rather than just being totally random.
Yeah, you need some modifiers basically.
Yeah, no, like you can't if your whole plan is like +2 to move, advance and charge. I'm gonna scout and do this, and then the first time you can't do that, you lose. So like, definitely watch the high level play that took place there that weekend. That's it's inspiring for the World Eater community at large. And here's a cool statistic. So the top 8 going into the finals, Wyatt, it was 6 Chaos, 2 Imperial, and we had Thousand Suns, Chaos Space Marines, World Eaters, Chaos Demons across the board with 2 lonely Dark Angel players holding the line against the forces of chaos. How fucking sick is that?
If anybody's going to do it, it's Dark Angels.
I'm pretty sure Speetho was using the Unforgiven detachment as well, which is like even more.
Rochester just had like Deathwing Command Squad, right? But Speethos yeah. Like it was, I was like, this is perfect, dude. Like this sea of just, fucking villainy. You know what I mean? Like it was righteous, dude. Fucking, it got me amped. I'm amped beyond belief, man. Like,
man. Oh, did you see the team Thunderhawk?
No.
Oh my god! I'll have to find a picture and send it to you later. But our guy Chase was playing his Grey Knights, and he brought a Thunderhawk. So he was like Mr. Big Hawk Energy the entire weekend.
Big Hawk Energy.
Joel was the guy who painted it. I think it's like a decal that he got printed off specifically for it, like full wing-sized decal of this like team meme thing that was happening, but it's super funny. I'll send it to you. I just thought that was great that he went and actually brought the Thunderhawk to an event.
Big Hawk Energy. I'm with it. It was exciting. It's been exciting. Like I'm beyond excited to get out there, fucking playing games, being ready for LVO. Get just putting models on the table that I'm into. Like it's the game state is actually. I talked to a lot of the top players at XBZ, at Team America, and almost universally across the board, they're all like the game state's tight. Like the game state's stable, guys. It's not.
Yeah.
Like it's not. It's we're out here playing. Like I was watching Ben on Team America. He was playing as Eldar. Dude has like the most amount of GT plays is like out of anyone I think in the country right now with like a 92% win record or some shit. He's like out there just slamming fucking games, and that guy was saying the same thing, man. It was like, nah, dude, this shit's tight. Like we're out here playing these competitive games nonstop. And
yeah, I think if you ask like 10 guys at that level, they probably say that CSM is like the best army on paper. But it is it's anybody's game, man. Like it's at a certain point. I really appreciate that the game state is to a point now where like the person winning the tournament is like the best general. Like they're taking the tools they have, they're playing the missions that are there, and it comes down to making the right choices, making the right plays.
It's true. I did see World Eaters slam dunk Eldari and Chaos Space Marines.
Ain't nothing wrong with the Eldari part.
I mean, it wasn't even close, dude. It's like, fuck.
Back in the box.
It's gangster, yeah. So that's all I got from boots on the ground reporting out of
feel like that was good.
Well, in case you weren't here for the pregame show, the only real big update coming out of SoCal is that Demeki rocks a tracksuit now.
Yeah,
guys check.
Not sold separately.
So you can go on my Instagram reels and you can see multiple examples of Demeki and multiple different tracksuits. It's worth a watch.
You got to keep a fresh one on hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I got today. Anything else?
There's new Ghostbusters coming out.
I did not.
Yeah.
Is it a continuation or a reboot?
It's a continuation of the one they did last year. It's got Paul Rudd and Dan Aykroyd.
Which that is a continuation, right? That is
yeah. So not a reboot, but I guess a continuation on the other one. It's pretty cool. Exciting.
All right, well, Wyatt, you want to take us out of here?
Rob?
Well, that's it for this one. Make sure to head on over to thelongwar.net for exclusive content, early access videos, and more. Become a veteran of the Long War today.